What's up guys, it's Hero here, and in today's episode of Warzone, I'm going to show you guys my top 5 most broken meta loadouts in Warzone. But these are going to be the loadouts that you need to succeed within Warzone. Let's get the like goal to like 50 likes or something. Let's show you guys what some of my most overpowered guns are within Warzone. First gun on the list that we have here is the FFAR. This thing is a melt machine, has a really great time to kill in both short range and long range. It's my favorite sniper support within Black Ops 6 Warzone. So let's show off the attachments. For the muzzle, we're going to go ahead and put on a compensator. This gun in specific has a ton of recoil, so you really want to maximize your vertical recoil control so the gun is a lot more usable at those farther ranges. I swear, just with a compensator, I feel like I can beam people at far ranges, but it is still going to take a little bit of skill in order to, fine-tune your recoil control to make it effective at those longer ranges. But keep in mind, it is a sniper support, not for super long range. Barrel-wise, we're going to go ahead and put on that long barrel. This gun gets a super boost from long barrel compared to other ARs. So it's almost necessary to have this. You can maximize your damage range. Usually I would go with the gain twist barrel or the reinforced barrel within Warzone, but because this gun desperately needs that longer damage range, just because its default damage range is kind of low, the long barrel is the best way to go here. But don't worry, we'll get some bullet velocity with another attachment. Magazine-wise, of course, we're going to need the extended mag too. This gun, for one, has a super fast fire rate, and we're going to need a ton of ammo to body these multiple fully armored opponents within Warzone. Rear grip-wise, I typically go with the ergonomic grip on most of my guns. Just really helps with on-the-movement boosts, as well as extra ADS speed to make the gun more snappy, and thus feel even more effective as a sniper support. But if you're somebody that doesn't use the movement all that much, you could use a quick draw grip for maximum ADS speed. And for our fifth attachment here, I highly recommend the NATO overpressured rounds to maximize the bullet velocity. Since we're now rocking like a barrel that helps with bullet velocity, I decided to put into the fire mod to allow this gun to actually shine, and these are the 5 attachments you're going to want to use on the FFAR. As you can see, the gun has very little recoil, has a nice melt potential, and in the ranges that you are going to use this gun, it's effective. And even if you want to stretch your range a little bit, not that hard to control, and has a really fast fire rate and time to kill if you're able to hit your shots. So I highly recommend this gun with these attachments here in specific. And if you're wondering about an 8 attachment build, you can put on an optic, any optic of your choice, underbarrel of the Ranger foregrip, and the stock of the light stock, just for as much movement as possible. But yeah, try out that FFAR. For our second gun here today, I thought I'd show you guys the SMG of the LOADOUT. This thing is considered one of the top meta SMGs within Warzone, with that fast time to kill and very reliable recoil control and amazing movement. You can find yourself really comfortable with this SMG. Starting things off with the LOADOUT here, the muzzle is going to be the monolithic suppressor. I personally like this because it really boosts your bullet velocity and damage range, and SMGs, they don't tend to have a ton of damage range. However, if you find that you lose too much ADS speed or if you feel you lose too much ADS speed rocking this though, you could switch to a regular suppressor just to stay off the minimap, or you can even put on a compensator to allow this gun to be even more accurate. But I feel like the LOADOUT itself is already super accurate, and you're not really stretching your ranges that much when using an SMG. So using a monolithic suppressor to me is the best choice. Barrel wise, we're going to go ahead and put on that long barrel similar to the FFAR. This SMG doesn't have too much damage range, so you want to make sure and maximize this gun's damage range further to be even more effective. Underbarrel wise, we're going to go ahead and put on that Ranger foregrip. I like this because not only does it give you more recoil control in the horizontal direction, we also get sprinting movement speed. And as an SMG player, you're going to be wanting to move around a lot and try to lessen the gap between you and your opponent. You can spray them down with these bullets. Magazine wise, we got the extended mag too to maximize ourselves to a 66 round drum mag. However, if you don't like the deficits, the speed deficits you get from this, some people do opt for the 55 round mag, which allows you to just suffer in reload quickness, but you still have a ton of ammo. You don't lose speed, ADS speed, or sprint to fire speed. So this is another alternative. And rear grip wise, we're going to use that ergonomic for the reasons that I stated previously. And thus the LOADOUT SMG with these 5 attachments ends up working out well. As you can see, you got really nice movement speeds for an SMG, and you're able to destroy, in the first 2 damage ranges here pretty effectively. Has great damage range with the 2 attachments that we got on it, the barrel and the suppressor, and it allows you to really shine with the LOADOUT SMG in my eyes. And if you were to rock an 8 attachment build through Gunfighter, you can put on the stock of the no stock for crazier movement, the laser to strike-lock laser for better ADS accuracy, and the fire mod of recoil springs. Rapid fire actually hurts you within Warzone, so I wouldn't recommend that, but the recoil springs will help you a ton. Don't really think you need the 8 attachments, just these 5 are fine. The next gun we have on deck here is my favorite AR in all of Warzone, and that's going to be the GPR 91. For me, this is the #1 gun to use for long range in Rebirth Island. I wouldn't necessarily use it in Verdansk. I don't think it has the bullet velocity to compete at that point, but it definitely has the recoil control, the speed, and just the overall versatility to be a beast in both the short range and the long range, which is what makes it such a versatile god to show off the class. Optic wise, I really like the Willis 3X. Not only does it give us a really clean optic for those farther range kills, we also get extra recoil control kind of rocking this, and it's the same with the Jason Armory 2X. Some people like the 2X optics a little bit more. I personally like the 3X, and if you're somebody that likes like a red dot, I would highly recommend the Volsky Reflex, just because it also helps with like visual recoil in my eyes. But it's honestly up to you what optic you want to use, but I use the Willis 3X. Muzzle-wise, we're using the compensator, just helps the best in terms of recoil control, allowing us to get those longer range kills with ease. Barrel-wise, I tend to go with the reinforced barrel. Just a little bit extra damage range is going to help us potentially kill faster in a certain range. And we get extra bullet velocity, which you definitely need if you're going to be bodying people at long ranges. But if you just want to go full-on bullet velocity, which I don't blame you for, you can just put on the gain twist barrel instead. So try both out, see what you like better. I like the reinforced more though. Underbarrel-wise, we're going to go all the way with that horizontal recoil control from the vertical foregrip. Really keeps the gun steady in combination with the compensator. So now this gun is just going to have 0 recoil for you. If you wanted some extra movement, which I don't think you really need with an AR, you can put on the Ranger foregrip or even the G grip, but the vertical foregrip is going to keep this gun nice and steady for you to use at long ranges. And of course, the last attachment here is going to be the extended mag 2 for a 60-round drum mag. That was much ammo as possible here within Warzone for the fully armored opponents. With these 5 attachments here, the GPR is actually legendary. As you can see, you got nice movement, but you also have the recoil control to just keep this gun steady. It's really not that hard to use at all. The thing is just not going to miss, and this is why in Rebirth Island I really like this gun. It just feels nice and steady, easy to use, and it won't let you down. I'm almost certain this is like my most recently used gun that has like the most kills out of every gun in Warzone Season 5. And if you were going to rock an 8 attachment build, rear grip should be the ergonomic grip, the stock of the light stock for movement, and the fire mod of recoil springs for even more recoil control on this gun. But if you feel like you have more than enough recoil control, you could just put on the overpressure grounds for even more bullet velocity. And with that attachment build, you could probably rock it on Verdansk. But yeah, best Rebirth AR right here. Next up, I'm going to show you guys my favorite SMG to use in both Rebirth Island and Verdansk, and that's going to be the Jackal PDW. Especially with the VMP iron sights you get at Prestige 7 or Prestige 8. This SMG is to die for. It legit just melts opponents with that super fast time to kill, only really being outclassed by the Compact 92. So let's rock with it. It's gonna be very similar to the Lodger build. We got the monolith suppressor for all the reasons I stated previously. Barrel, once again, is gonna be the long barrel to maximize that damage range as much as possible. Underbarrel here is gonna be the Ranger foregrip for extra recoil control and movement to lessen that distance between us and the opponents. Magazine is gonna be extended mag 2, just to have as much ammo as possible for multiple fully armored opponents. And the rear grip here is gonna be the ergonomic grip for all the reasons I've already stated. And honestly, I don't really gotta say much. You guys have seen me use this gun in my videos, I assume, and as you can see, it's just perfect. Has really great recoil control. If you use it in the ranges that this gun is gonna be effective in, you can melt people pretty fast. It's just so nice and reliable. And if you end up in a situation of having an 8 attachment build, stock should be the no stock, the laser should be the Strelok laser, and the fire mod is gonna be recoil springs. There's not really much else to say about this SMG. I just really love it, and I prefer it more than any other one. And now to show you guys the ultimate long-range god gun in Warzone. This is the #1 long-range gun I definitely recommend in Verdansk, and it's definitely amazing in Rebirth Island as well. I just prefer the GPR in Rebirth. That's going to be the ABR A1. This thing is a burst god gun, and just like the AUG from Cold War Warzone back in 2020, 2021, this thing packs a punch. Let's show you guys the build. It's going to be very similar to the GPR. We got the Willis 3X, it's just my optic of choice. You can use whatever optic you want. Muzzle here is going to be the compensator, but don't be afraid of trying out the ported compensator because it's a 3-round burst, so the first shot accuracy is going to matter, and I believe the ported might give you even more recoil control, so try it out and let me know if you like it more than the compensator. Barrel-wise, I really like the reinforced barrel on this one, but just like on the GPR, you could switch over to the gain twist barrel if you wanted even more bullet velocity, but I think it has more than enough, honestly, and that extra damage range could come in clutch. Underbarrel-wise, I got that vertical foregrip. But if you feel like it's accurate enough, you could put on the Ranger foregrip for an extra movement. And lastly, we got the magazine of the extended mag 2, just to have as much ammo as possible on this weapon. And the ABR with these 5 attachments, man, it's a cheat code. I mean, doesn't really kick at all. It's just very easy to use. And especially in something like Verdansk, you're gonna be just kind of beaming fools out of the sky. It's beautiful. And if you're wondering about an 8 attachment build, the comb should be the ergonomic riser, the stock should be the light pad, and the fire mod is going to be recoil springs to keep the gun even more steady than ever. Or you could even put on the overpressure rounds for bull velocity. But hope you guys enjoyed these top 5 meta loadouts. Let me know if you guys want to see this in a more frequent basis. Always been kind of afraid to do these kind of videos, but I think you guys would enjoy them. Make sure you guys drop a like and subscribe for even more Warzone content in the future. And if you guys want even more content just off the rip right now, subscribe to my other channel, Hero, where I'll be slaying out in Call of Duty multiplayer. When that BO7 beta drops, I'll be uploading BO7 over there. You guys can also follow me over on my Twitch at twitch.tv/themarkofahero to see me get my gameplays live, where I go crazy in Warzone. You guys can also subscribe to my Hero Shorts YouTube livestream channel, where I YouTube livestream the same as my Twitch livestream. You guys have a choice in watching, and I post short form content there, as well as posting short form content on my TikTok at tiktok.com/themarkofahero. Appreciate you guys watching the video, and if you guys are wondering about my perks as well, the usual perks that I rock are Survivor, Quick Fix, and Tempered. Survivor just to kind of stay alive, Quick Fix to even more so stay alive, have my health regen, and then Tempered. Pretty much all of these just keep me alive, and that's why I like these perks a ton. Hope you enjoyed. I love you all.